Sales in GTA Toronto are down by 49%. Only 5,000 homes got sold. Inventory is low too. Inflation is hitting 6.9%. New high interest rates are already implemented. Inflation news is on the verge. Immigration is going up. Which all the cities have most prominent type of properties getting sold? Where are the detached or semi-detached or townhome or apartments? We have all those questions in today's video. Hello friends, my name is Mandeep Dhesi. I'm leading a team of successful more than 40 real estate agents under the umbrella of Aspire Group eXp Reality. In today's video, we are going to talk about TREB real estate stats for the month of October 2022. Let's dig deeper into the numbers first, and then we go into inflation, immigration plans, all together sum up for you. First of all, as you can see, there are close to 5,000 homes sold in the month of October in the GTA real estate market, which is considerably same what we saw in the month of September. But on the other side, if you see year-on-year basis, sales are down 49.1%, which is putting pressure on the real estate market in GTA. But on the other side, if you see, inventory is low 11.6%, which is record low for the month of October, which are comparable to the year of 2010. It's obvious that the market will have less listing, but the major impact is just because of the high interest scenario. Let's go deep. Average price is around 1.1 million, which is down by 5.7% year-on-year basis. So if you go back into 2021, the prices are already there. If somebody bought their property, they're looking to appreciation, they can see the 1 year of appreciation have gone. They've already backtracked. Even the price is low, around 5.7%. So let's dig deeper into the numbers. First of all, I would like to talk about how many sales we have. We have around 4,961 exact number of sales happening. Most prominent areas for the sale is obviously City of Toronto, which had around 1,900 homes sold, followed by Peel region, and then we have York region. And out of that, if you see, apart from Toronto, we have the most number of sales happening in Brampton, it's in Mississauga, and then if you talk about specifically of York region, it's Markham, which is leading the numbers game. Now, what about the average prices in those communities? As of now, in Toronto real estate board, around 68,000 homes are sold, with the maximum being sold in the City of Toronto around 24,000, followed by Peel region around 13,000, followed by York region. So these are the prominent areas where the sales numbers are always high. You might be interested into the average prices of all those properties. Why not first we dig deeper into the detached home? Where are the prices still hot? What is the average price across those cities? If you see, around exactly 2,300 detached homes were sold in the month of October. The top cities, City of Toronto around 600, which had Toronto East 251 homes sold with an average price of 1.2 million. If we are planning to buy detached, it's around 1.2 million average. And then we are talking about Toronto West, average price is around 1.3 million. Don't talk about Toronto Central because average price is around 2.6 million. That is the hottest community as per the price basis. Then we have Brampton, around 218 homes sold, average price of 1.1 million 60. So then Mississauga is 1.4. So you can see the gap between the Brampton market and the Mississauga on the detached fronts. Obviously, Caledon market, if you're in the Peel region, is hot. The average price is around 1.8 million because it's ample of land available. It's all about land associated in the Caledon community, lot of green space. But if you have to see overall, the cities which had prices high, it's obviously Toronto Central around 2.6 million. If you talk about in the York region, we can see that the King is always hot, around 2 million, followed by Richmond Hill, which is around 1.8 million, followed by Markham. So these are the detached homes. So based on your budget, you can target which all the cities you need to hit. On the other side, the average days in market is for the detached home is around 21 days. If you see the overall market, the average days around it's more than 30 days. So if the property is listed today, it takes around a 1 month time period if you're a seller or a buyer to sell that property. And if you talk about semi-detached, the hottest communities for the semis, Brampton 63 homes, semis, followed by Mississauga. Average price in Brampton is 920,000. Mississauga is around 1 million on the semi-detached. Then we have Toronto East with the average price is 1.2 million. Other side is the Richmond Hill, which is hot as around 1.2 million. So if you're looking in a semi-detached, obviously you are looking in the range of around $1 million to 1.2 million. Another which is really hot market is with the first time homer is at Towns and condo towns plus apartments. Now we are entering that market. Around 435 townhomes were sold with the average price of $1 million. So you can see the gap between the town and a semi here. Average days in market is around 18. If you see, the hottest markets in the townhomes are Peel region with 79 townhomes sold, with the Brampton leading the action with 64 townhomes with the average price of 886. 100,000. So you can plan, that's the price if you're looking into that community. Obviously Mississauga, that is less number of townhomes, just 13. Average price is around 979. If you talk about Toronto East, average price is around 970. And on the Richmond Hill, the average price is around 1.2 million. That's the hottest communities for townhomes. I would say. Then we have Avon, it's around 1.1 million. The King, 1.3. Oakville, around 1.1 million. So this is the best communities, I would say. Now let's go into our condo townhomes. Around 387 condo townhomes were sold. Mississauga saw the most number of condo townhomes being sold, that is 66. Average price is 790, 300,000. If you are looking into townhomes freehold, it's around 900. Here it's around 800. You can see the gaps. Obviously semis, it's around 1.1 million. Let's dig more into condo apartments. That's interesting. Condo apartments average price is around 700,000 with the average days in market is 25. So it takes a bit longer to sell those condo apartments. Most number of sales, nobody can beat City of Toronto's, where population is booming. That's a high-rise community. Around 900 apartments were sold, with the Toronto Centre be the hottest one with 573 apartment being sold. Average price is around 800,000 in the city of Toronto. And then we have Mississauga is considerably doing good, 153. Then we have obviously Toronto West. If you talk about York region, I would say it's Vaughan, which I saw most of the apartments being sold. There's a lot of new construction happening in that York area community. So overall, if you see the picture, what is the average price so far? What we saw annually in 2021, we had around 121,000, more than that, homes being sold with the average price of 1.1 million. Still, if you see in the 2022, the average price, the average of all the month is 1.2. Why? Because we saw the peaks of January and February when we had the average price more than 1.3 million. Obviously, average price is hovering around the same. In September, it was 1,086,000 plus minus, and then in October it is 1,089,000. So it's on the same perspective. We saw another interest rate hike of 0.5. It's, I would say, if you're interested in the interest rate scenario, that story began on the March of 22nd when we saw the first interest rate hike after the COVID. We were hit by the COVID, and after that we have seen 6 hikes, and that's pushing the prime lending rate to 5.95. That's the craziest prime lending rate. But don't worry, we saw the peak even in 1981. We had that. Can you see, prime lending rate was more than 20%. So we are still better. And in the future, what will happen on this? We have a new interest rate meeting which is happening on December 7th. That's next month. And then we have on 25th of January. We had internal discussion. This is behind the scene, nothing public, right? So we were discussing internal that there might be 1 or 2 more interest rates hike happening before the Bank of Canada freezes, because as of now the inflation is 6.9%. The new data is coming on November 10th. We haven't seen any inflation downfall happening on the food market, but definitely we have seen that gasoline prices are cooling off. Obviously, I can see there's a lot of people who are flying. They can see the pinch. I had flight tickets. One of relatives were moving from here to India. They saw tickets for $3,600. That's a crazy price. So those numbers are impacting the inflation. So this means if the same product is, we bought it last year for $100, now the same product is around $107 with the 7% inflation hovering. It's happening in Canada. It's overall picture. But as per the global analysis, I was looking into the forecast till 2027. The inflation is going to calm down in the year of 2023 because the interest rates are at the peak. You can see the pinch happening. People are very reserved in the spending. Even the banks are tightening their lending. So this means the spending will be less in the market. Obviously, as per one of the charts, it'll be around 4.85 next year. Then it cools off in 24, actually around 3%. So that's how the curve will go in that year. So it's good news coming in 2023. So as a first-time homebuyer, as an investor, I would say it's a good opportunity right now. We are almost on the lowest curve. Nobody can predict when that low low can happen if you are planning to buy or invest in real estate, but I would say it's a good time where you can have a good negotiation and deals happening in this market. If you're using your numbers, if you're a good analytic person, this is the time when you should jump. And if you can afford it, that's how I would always say, if you can afford it, this is the time that you should buy real estate. So this was about the inflation, but obviously government is trying their best. If you see the latest immigration plan policy that came on the November of 1st, you can see the plan for 2023 and 24 and 25 3-year plan was there. As per the government of Canada, they're planning to have around 1.5 million people moving into Canada. So this means there will be always be housing crunch. If you see the hot market, Toronto is obviously a hot gem where the most of the people will be landing, so there will be always a crunch of housing. There's a regulation coming from Ontario that there is a 3 homes in one property they are allowing, like upper unit, basement, and the laneway homes. Those are always there, but now they are giving some leverage so that you don't have to go for zoning bylaws. It will be only the building permit. That's making their process quicker, so just to have the affordable homes coming in the market. So that's a good opportunity if you are an investor looking into that type of properties. That's a good option to be in, because you can have 3 units and 1 property. It's easier to cash flow the numbers. But overall, I would say this is in Canada last year we have around 405 newcomers coming. That was a record, but the new records are about to come in the new numbers. As per that, 2023 will say 465 permanent residents coming, then which goes up to around 500,000 in 2025. This is all happening because we have a shortage of labor. We are hit by inflation. It's like economical slowdown. This is what the Canadian government is doing to boost the economy. They have new people, new energy coming into the industry, into the Canadian land, so they can boost the economy. So that was the overall picture on the immigration. Obviously, the inflation numbers you look for is on November of 10th. The new interest rate figures coming on December of 7th. So that's the thing you should look for. But definitely, as of now, we can say the target lending rate is at 3.75. That's high, but in the long run, it is not sustainable. That's what we can say. But if you're ready, take action. If you need any help, do let us know. Let's have one-to-one discussion on this topic, on how the inflation is impacting you, how the interest rates is going for, how you can afford mortgages, where you can invest, where you can start your first home journey. Let's have that one-to-one conversation. Links are given in the description. We'll be more than happy to elaborate on that. Thank you everyone. Thanks friends and watching for this video. I hope you like that. That's in October. And then don't forget to subscribe and our channel and like this video. Till the next video, thumbs up.